Hey guys, this is Marissa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I just wanted to have like a chill sit down and just talk with you guys about something that I feel like I've been passionate about lately and it's just been on my mind. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new. I shared a little bit about this on my Instagram account recently, so if you're not following me on Instagram, check me out over there at The Budgeting Wife. But I was sharing all about how it's okay to hustle hard now. And to share a little bit about my financial story, if you have followed my channel for a while, then you probably know, but just to reiterate some of that, when I was in college, I decided to go to a private school and it ended up being very expensive, and that's where I met my husband Jacob. But by the time that we had both graduated college, we had $87,000 of student loan debt, and it felt very overwhelming. And I actually began to realize how overwhelming this was going to be when I was in college. Jacob and I got to take Financial Peace University together for class credit, which was awesome when we were in school. And then we were learning all about like paying off debt, and we knew that this was something that we wanted to do. And so I tried my best that I could while I was in college to limit the amount of student loans that I was taking out, even though I ended up still taking out a lot. But I was able to do things like being an RA, a resident assistant, for a year, and which came with a great scholarship. And then I was also able to work during my summers while I was in college. And then I was able to graduate early thanks to some classes that I had taken in high school for credit, as well as taking some summer classes during college to be able to get a year caught up. So with all of that, I was able to graduate in 3 years, but I also was engaged my senior year of college, and Jacob was already graduated and he was working, but I was engaged. I was an RA senior year. Like, it was crazy times, but I knew how much it meant to me and my future husband Jacob to be able to pay off our loans as soon as possible, and that meant that I had to hustle, and it was really hard in that season. I remember when my spring semester of my senior year hit, I had like paid for all that I could towards my spring tuition, and I was earning some money, like a little bit, during the school year. And once like spring semester had been like paid, had been paid for, at that point the money that I earned that spring went to paying off my debt. And even though it was just like a couple $100s a month, I was already excited to start paying off my loans. And during that time, I also had some friends who were engaged and also getting married that summer of 2015 after we had finished school. And I know a lot of them were planning on getting jobs after their wedding, which, we graduated in May and the wedding wasn't until like July or August or whatever that would be. And they were all planning on getting jobs after that. And for me, I was so set on wanting to pay off my loans and get all that taken care of that I was ready to start working as soon as possible. So in like April of my senior year, which we graduated like first weekend of May, but in April of my senior year, I ended up having an interview with a company that I had previously interned for, and they wanted me to come work with them full-time after graduation. So I graduated on like May 2nd, and I think that I started my first like big girl job May 5th. And so even though I was busy with life during my senior year of college, of being engaged and an RA and senior year, going from that into work was probably just as crazy, of starting a new job, working full-time, and still planning a wedding. We had 2.5 more months until we got married, so I was hustling at work because I knew that I wanted to make money faster so that I could be paying off my student loans. And looking back on that now, I will say that I am so thankful I did that. I was so hesitant to start work before the wedding because I just wanted to have the time to finish planning the wedding, doing all of that. But I think that it was so much more worth it for me to be able to work for those 2.5 months, because we still got married. We still had a fantastic day. Like, I still loved every minute of our wedding, and I was able to make extra money before we had gotten married. So making that decision in the moment was really difficult, and I was really bummed that I had to work, I guess, instead of just being able to plan a wedding. But looking back now, I'm so thankful that I did. So Jacob and I got married July of 2015, and that's when we moved in together, and we together started paying off debt. Before then, we were kind of paying off our own separate debts, and then once we got married, we really looked at our entire like debt snowball of figuring out, okay, which loan is actually smallest, and like, how should we order these between us both? And we began attacking one debt at a time. And during that season, a lot of friends that we knew were, you know, going on really great vacations or buying new cars, and here we were sitting at home in our apartment, driving our old cars, actually taking public transit to work every day. And it was hard, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing everyone else going out and doing all these things, and when you're young and you want to be able to do those as well, but you know that you're working towards something greater, was difficult. But we were able to pay off all of our student loans, $87,000 of student loans in 2.5 years. And you guys, we made some serious sacrifices of just, we didn't get to do things that normal people our age were doing. But with that, I also think that we were able to enjoy our lives without spending a ton of money on additional things. All that to say, I want to encourage you, kind of like I'm talking to my little sister here, if you are in your 20s and maybe you just graduated college, maybe you haven't even finished college yet, maybe you're in the same season that I was in just a few years ago, I want to encourage you that it is totally okay for you to be hustling now. I know that it's hard when you see other people out living what seems like their best lives and you are at home maybe doing a side hustle, you are giving up a lot of things, maybe you're still even living with your parents to be able to pay off your student loans, or you're driving that really crappy car. But from my own experience, I think that making that sacrifice now could be well worth it in the future once you are debt-free. And now that Jacob and I are debt-free, we get to do a whole lot more. Since we've been debt-free, we've gone on a cruise, we've gone to Hawaii twice, we've gone to Disneyland, we've moved into an apartment that we love, and we're able to like go out to eat a few times a month, and we're able to enjoy life. And I will say, compared to other people, we still do live pretty simply, but going from sacrificing a ton to be able to allow ourselves to spend a little bit more, it's been really enjoyable that we get to enjoy our lives, I feel like, so much more now. And we also don't have student loans hanging over our heads, which is fantastic and allows us to do other things like save for a house, put money into retirement, and just not have to worry that we owe someone money. So I just wanted to make this video as just a sit down and little encouragement to you that if you are sacrificing, if you are working that side hustle, you're putting in the hours at your day job when it seems like everyone else is maybe doing the complete opposite and having the time of their lives, I think that what you're doing is awesome and it's okay for you to hustle. So that is all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and leave me a comment down below and let me know kind of what stage you're in as far as the hustle goes. Are you hustling hard to pay off debt, or are you now getting to enjoy your life a little bit more? And with that, I'll look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.